Shares of Insulet, the company that makes a wireless wearable insulin pump, popping since beating earnings estimates on Friday. The company boosting its annual revenue growth forecast to 20 to 21% growth from 16 to 19, and recently announced the app for its flagship Omnipod product is now available for the iPhone. Joining us right here on set is Jim Hollingshead, the CEO of Insulet. Jim, great to have you here.
Great to be with you, John. Thanks.
So Insulet was one of the medical device companies that sold off in the GLP-1 hype last year. Stocks more than doubled off its lows last October. You talked about GLP-1s on the call. People who are using your product might be on GLP-1s trying to control their levels. What's the longer-term impact, you think, of those drugs on your total addressable market?
Yeah, GLP-1s, we said all along, are great drugs. They've actually been indicated for use in the type 2 diabetes space since 2017. So they're great drugs, but they don't actually impact our business opportunity. First, they're not really used at all in type 1 diabetes, which has been our core market, where we're the market leader. And we're very excited because we just got indication for use in the type 2 space. But GLP-1s are great for people because they assist in glycemic control. They help people control their blood sugars, but they don't cure type 2 diabetes, and they have a duration of effect. You know, so people tend to stay on GLP-1s maybe for only a few months, but they'll delay progression of type 2. People almost always end up needing insulin therapy if they live with type 2 diabetes over many years. And that's where we really play, is for people with type 2. We just got the label extension, people in type 2 diabetes who use insulin, which is about 6 million people in the U.S. It's a very large market, and they'll still benefit from Omnipod 5, which is what we just demonstrated with our clinical trial.
Just had a big election. I'm sure everybody knows that. And now we're all trying to figure out policy shifts and economic, even company implications. When it comes to policy, particularly when it comes to insurance, what are the most important things for your business?
Well, the most important thing for us, and we work very hard to make Omnipod therapy as affordable and accessible as possible. And so if you're using Omnipod 5, and this is our flagship product right here, if you're using Omnipod 5, you're picking it up in the pharmacy, and you're in the pharmacy benefit. And so you have a monthly copay, which is a fantastic convenience for our customers, but you're also using insulin. And one of the big policy moves that we've seen over the last couple of years is lowering insulin costs, and there's more discussion about lowering insulin prices for people in the U.S. market. That's a huge benefit to our customers. It's also a huge benefit to us, because the more affordable the overall therapy, the better for our business.
What are you expecting in terms of regulatory environment from a Trump administration coming in? Because I think there's this sort of sense in the market that it's deregulation, but I'm not sure, especially when you talk about something like healthcare, that that's the right way to frame it. It might be a rethinking of the regulations.
Well, we'll all have to. I don't want to speculate on what we'll see out of the Trump administration. We'll all have to wait and see what happens. But we think we have a very robust position. You know, so type 2 and type 1 diabetes both, as chronic conditions, people need care. I think there'll be an increasing focus on chronic health care. It would have happened, I think, with either administration. And I think that we have a very robust position, because if people need insulin, and that's going to happen on an ongoing basis, and we're there to help.